If you're looking for a way to make your holiday cooking a little easier, these Instant Pot mashed potatoes are for you. They cook in just an 8-minute pressure cooking cycle, and there's no need to drain them when you're done, so this is an easy one-pot recipe. Once you taste these, you'll never need another mashed potato recipe again. To get started, you'll need to peel 3 pounds of potatoes. If you're wondering which kind of potato works best for mashed potatoes, you can use russet potatoes for a classic look. Russet potatoes tend to be drier than other varieties, so you usually have to add more milk to these, or you can use Yukon Gold potatoes for a creamier texture. You won't need to add as much liquid to the Yukon Gold potatoes, so start with less and add more as you go. Once the potatoes are peeled, cut them into chunks about 2 inches in size so that they'll cook faster, and then set them aside. To make the most flavorful mashed potatoes, mince 2 cloves of garlic and press the Sauté button on your Instant Pot. When the pot has heated up, add in 1 tablespoon of olive oil and the minced garlic and stir briefly. I usually press the off button right away so the garlic won't burn. As soon as the garlic smells fragrant, which should only take about 30 to 60 seconds, add in 1 cup of water to prevent it from burning. Use a wooden spoon to scrape the bottom of the pot to make sure no garlic is stuck there, so you won't trigger a burn error later. Add in the potatoes and 1 teaspoon of salt, then check the sealing ring in the lid to make sure it is properly seated and has some wiggle room. This will help ensure that your Instant Pot comes to pressure. Secure the lid and move the steam release valve to sealing. Use the manual or pressure cook button on your machine to cook at high pressure for 8 minutes. It will take roughly 10 minutes for your pot to come to pressure. When the cooking cycle is complete, quickly release the pressure by moving the steam release valve to venting. Make sure your hand stays away from the top of the vent, which is where the steam will escape from the pot. When the floating valve in the lid drops, it's safe to open the lid. Use a fork to test the potatoes to make sure they're tender. Then use a potato masher to start mashing the potatoes. At this point, you can start adding in your milk of choice, starting with just a 1/4 cup at a time until the potatoes are as creamy as you like. I usually end up using about a 1/2 cup of almond milk in total, but if you use russet potatoes, you may need to use a little more, and Yukon Gold potatoes sometimes need a little less than that. This is also the time to taste the potatoes to adjust the seasoning to your liking. I usually end up adding another full teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. You can also add in any fresh herbs that you like, or if you like to add butter or cream cheese to your potatoes, you can do that now too. The Instant Pot will keep these mashed potatoes warm until you're ready to serve them, but be sure to stir it every now and then to make sure they don't start to stick to the bottom of the pot. If you'd like to make these mashed potatoes ahead of time, you can make these up to 3 days in advance when you store them in an airtight container in the fridge. To reheat mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot, start by pressing the Sauté button and add a 1/2 cup of water to the bottom of the pot. Break up the cold mashed potatoes into chunks so they will reheat faster, then stir often as they start to warm up. Once they are heated through, you can add more liquid as needed to help them achieve a creamy texture again. I hope you'll enjoy these Instant Pot mashed potatoes soon, and be sure to check out my other videos here for more fast and easy real food recipes.